What's going on, guys? It's Basilio12 here, coming at you another video, and today we have completed the 12 win challenge and classic challenge. It's the second time I've done it. It's actually the third time I've completed the 12 win challenge, and it is the first time I've done it on this account. Finally got that Ice Golem up to level 7 around win number 9, so I was dealing with a level 6 Ice Golem for almost the entire time. The only replay I really want to share with you, none of them are really all that special. I'll share with you two. These are the last two. This first one was against T.E. Rudiviento. So when he drops the P.E.K.K.A, I thought I was dealing with a P.E.K.K.A deck, which is like a P.E.K.K.A Battle Ram deck, but it didn't turn out to be so. So I'm starting with an Ice Spirit to get chip. It is a different way that I'm starting to play this deck. If I have Ice Spirit, I'm always dropping it. It's a little bit of a change from how I used to do things. This guy has a weird deck. So I thought he was running like a P.E.K.K.A Battle Ram deck, which is a sort of like a counter deck to the deck that I'm using. It's a P.E.K.K.A Battle Ram. You drop the P.E.K.K.A, then you follow with the Battle Ram. Really, really hard deck to stop. And I was like wasted arrows on his part. So that's what I thought I was up against. So I'm like preparing. I always struggle against other Three Musketeer deck users, as well as these P.E.K.K.A Battle Ram users. Those are the decks I struggle against the most, and those are the decks I usually end up losing to. Mostly because I'm not super comfortable. So right when he drops Golem Gun, I got surprised. I was like, okay, we're doing Battle Ram, Ice Spirit, opposite lane. That should do some damage, which it does. And that also takes away from those cards that he could have used on his Golem push. See, now all he's able to do is follow with a Bomber, which I'm distracting with my handy dandy level 7 Ice Golem. So I take that out pretty easily. We're going to do a Night Wish to help protect these Musketeers, as well as a Zap. Yeah, I'm holding on to a Zap. And that takes the tower right there, I believe. Because you got those dual muskies on the tower. Yeah, it takes the tower. So, right here, I'm pretty comfortable. I'm just like, okay, well at this point, I'm just going to see if I can get the 3 crown. I'm not sure if I actually get it. I think he does not allow me, which is something I don't entirely get. When you, like, obviously lose, I'm nice, so I do let him... Sorry, that sounds really mean, but I dropped the 3 muskies in a single lane because, you know, I'm nice and I want to get... Maybe he's going for a crown chest or something, and I want to let him be able to get that crown chest. So I'm just going to totally ignore that P.E.K.K.A, and I'll just let him take the... And I'm risking the chance that the P.E.K.K.A can actually take out my King Tower, which I don't think it will. Yeah, this is a 3 crown. So this is a nice little 3 crown. This deck is incredibly strong, and it averages, for me, I'm averaging around like 2.5. Just a sec, I gotta make sure the recording's all good. Okay, I felt something weird on my phone. I'm averaging about 2 to like 3 crowns per game. This one I only got 1, but this one is a classic Three Musketeer deck. It's a classic three. It's basically it's one of the non-legendary forms of my deck. It is incredibly strong, and it's a very, very difficult matchup when you don't have Fireball in your deck, which I do not have. But you'll see how I counter these 3 muskies. So, this form is a very, very strong form. There was, I think Jimmy was asking about decks to use around Jungle Arena. The deck that he's using, Mr. Phoenix, is a very, very strong deck. It's a 3 Musketeer deck. And in the current meta, 3 Musketeers are making a comeback. I'm using 3 Musketeers. So what I'm doing is that I'm splitting up my Musketeers the same way he is, and I'm sacrificing my Musketeers to be able to defend against his. And I don't believe my Musketeers actually really help me win this game. what I'm using them for is that I'm playing them defensively, and then when you have musketeers shooting at each other and they're not getting shot with arrow showers, they end up killing each other. So it's a neutral trade, which I am perfectly fine with. So I was a little upset that I didn't have Zap in hand because I wanted to help clear that out, but he does get a lot of damage on the right tower here. But you'll see, like, when overtime kicks in, uh, how I don't allow him to place his three musketeers anymore, because what I'm doing is that I'm constantly pumping. I think he zapped right there because I zapped on the last time, but I still end up winning. But you'll see in overtime what I'm doing is that I know that this game's gonna go long, so I'm constantly putting pumps down, investing elixir, so that I can eventually in overtime. I dropped two pumps together. Don't do that, but I knew he didn't have any dark damage spells, so I'm just gonna zap. Then I'm gonna drop a Night Witch to take that out. Bandit is a bit overkill, but right here you start seeing, you'll see me start to go like insane mode on him, and actually no, I don't think it's here yet. It's coming up, but you'll literally see me constantly dropping troops in this left lane. I think it's coming up, but I even shared this with my clan because this match got hectic. So he started pumping up, but I'm able to use. I don't. I'm constantly spending elixir. Yeah, here it is. This is where I just dropped, like, I just went like an all-out push, and I knew that he was weak on defense, so I decided to start exploiting that, and I'm constantly dropping troops here. I'm constantly going. He's dropping Night Witch. I keep trying to get my Night Witch in there, because what my Night Witch does is that when she dies, she still spawns troops onto the field. So here he's having I know he's having very little trouble, because I know his main defensive card is Three Musketeers. And I just dropped Three Musketeers straight right here because I'm able to get the elixir. Then I'm gonna zap right here. I think no, I'm going Battle Ram. I'm dropping another Night Witch. I keep going. My Battle Ram keeps connecting, and I'm perfectly fine. Since this is the 12th win, I'm perfectly fine with winning by just having my Battle Ram connect, because when my Battle Ram connects, I am able to get a lot of damage every single time. So that's good game to my friend Mr. Phoenix from Dutch United. So, Jimmy, this is a very strong deck. One way to find like what strong decks that you can use in your area, just go into like a classic challenge, and when someone like beats you like crazy, they're probably using a really good deck. Because challenge decks, they usually don't really cross over into ladder decks, mostly because of like level things. But the deck that I'm using, which I doubt you have both legendaries that I have. The deck that I'm using is a very strong deck. I'm using it on ladder on this account as well as my higher account, which is now at like 40. It's around 4120, I think. And I'm not having too much difficulty over there, because in challenges this deck is usually a little more common, and people will be a lot better. Will have a bit of a better idea on countering it. In ladder, it's sort of an obscure deck to be running in ladder, so it does catch people off guard. People are familiar with it, but if they don't play a lot of challenges, they're not completely familiar with how to deal with it, because it's a very difficult deck to defend against, especially in overtime. So the idea behind the deck that I'm using is that you're playing sort of passively and defensively in regular elixir, and you're hardly dropping your Three Musketeers. And then over time you start going Three Musketeers. You're not actually hiding it, because for most people, when they're playing a deck like this, they already know that they're playing Three Musketeers. It's just when it happens. And so what you're trying to do is that you're just get something out of cycle or whatever and go from there. So let's see if we get anything good. I like doing challenges. Really fun. I realized I've been doing more challenges on this account than I was doing on my other account, mostly because I'm a lot better. And I didn't realize like how quickly you can start upgrading your cards, because I was looking at all these cards I'm just like winning from challenges. I'm not really winning them from chests. I have not played a ladder gameplay in a while, and I don't play a lot of ladder. I'm mostly doing challenges. So we're just gonna hop right into this mortar challenge. We will do a mortar cycle deck, I think. if that is alright with you guys. Actually, no, we're going to do that instead of Zap. We'll take that out. We're going to do Knight. Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll do Knight, more HP. And we got Archers. We want some Fireball in this. And then I haven't played Motorcycle in a long time. So don't get mad at me if I don't perform to expectations. I know there's a rocket in here somewhere. I have to look it up. I know it's one of these. Okay, this is the motorcycle deck. So it's mortar, skeletons. Okay. I'm gonna have to keep going back between these two things because I have good memory, but I don't use it for these things. What else was in it? I apologize in advance if it's taken me a little while. I'm just a little slow. Was there a minion horde in that? Oh no. Okay. So archers. Okay, so it has zap instead of log. Okay. I did not know that. I know I'm missing something. I'm gonna have to go back one more time. Spirit. Okay, so skeletons. Skeleton. I swear this may look exactly the same, just in a different order. No, there's Ice Spirit in here instead of Fireball. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna try. I know I'm probably gonna be going against people who aren't using Motorcycle. They're probably using like other decks, but we're gonna see what we can do here. We're just gonna go straight off the bat and see if we can get some damage onto his tower. We're gonna drop some archers here. Okay, there we go. We good. I think it's locked onto the tower. Yep. So we're just gonna. That's a successful mortar. That's a successful mortar. We're gonna drop Inferno right there. Lock onto that mortar. Take it out. So, and we're back to our mortar. So this is a really fun deck to be using. I'm not gonna drop mortar instantly right now because I'm a little low on elixir. But we'll do right now. Okay, so he's doing giant, so we'll defend. We can do that. My mortar was able to get some shots onto his tower because his giant got too close. We may have to drop. No, we'll just do this. Okay, then we're gonna have to do this. So we can probably, we want to get that a little lower, because what we're going to do is that like in overtime we'll start rocketing it. I think he's back to giant. Nope. We're going to do this to him. Oh geez, that value right there. That was insane. That was good rocket value because I got a lot in that. Because I was able to get Night Witch, which is 4, Minions 3, Ice Wiz another 3, so that was very, very good value. We're going to play a mortar defensively because we have that within rocket. So we're still doing pretty good right now. I am panicking a little bit here. But in overtime I can start rocketing his tower if he lets me. This could get bad. Yeah, okay, this is a loss. Mortar Cycle is honestly falling out. I want to get a win with this just because it's so satisfying when you get a win with it. This is not going to be the deck I'm going to use in the actual challenge by far because this deck kind of sucks. But we're just going to give it a go because it just has too many counters. Let's do that. And then we'll do Inferno to take that out. Ooh, well played, well played, sir. Get another? No. I thought I was gonna get 2 shots off, but oh well. That did not happen. Ooh, double siege. It's okay, we got it. Value with that Inferno right there. Oh no. Get out order. Okay. I think we have an opening, maybe. That may be a little too far back, I don't know. Well played. So that's gonna take 2 shots. That should give him enough time to like build up elixir for something else. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. He's running a very similar deck to what I'm doing, except his deck is just better because he has cards in it. I really hate this guy's deck. How is it connecting? I have my Inferno down in time. He won. I'm just gonna say good game now because I lost. I'm just gonna start playing defensive more. He's 1 lightning off. I am 2 rockets off. Gosh, this deck is so bad. You know what I think may work? We're gonna try one more. We are gonna be using. Okay, since we're playing Siege, we're gonna play an anti-Siege deck. So what that means is that we're gonna have a lot of fun cards in here. Where's poison? There's poison. Can also have something like this maybe. Zap mostly to retarget. We need tanks. So we'll do like a giant. Actually, no. Oopsies. We'll do this, and then we'll do Executioner Tornado, which is still like a staple. Okay, so I'm thinking how this is. Got Battle Ram, we got stuff, blah, blah, blah. This should be okay. I want to get a win. I really want to. That's all I want. I'm not super familiar with using... Okay, dude. It's funny, that's sort of like was a deck I was thinking about doing was Golem. But I think this one's better. Just gonna save up Elixir. I didn't realize how much damage we got on that tower. Ooh, another thing, we got two defenses. Okay. Let's see who drops a Golem. Okay, that lane. I would do Battle Ram, but I do not have enough Elixir. So you're trying to block my Inferno? Because that's not really going to work out too well. But my Mortar was able to get a couple shots off. I think this deck may actually be decent. Either that or he's just predictable. I don't know. Okay, that's not good. Getting a bit of lag. Okay, we are going to do Executioner. Oh, we're up to Executioner Tornado this. Because I don't know what he has. It could honestly literally be anything. Let's go Battle Ram. There we go. It locked on. One more hit. There we go. We're gonna do another Executioner. I think we can just take it out like this. This is okay, honestly this deck is probably not that bad. Like all seriousness. This is probably a pretty good deck. It's like an anti-siege deck. I can win right now, but let's just see how long I can defend against him. So we're gonna get another Executioner down. We're gonna want to get an Inferno down. Okay, that one bat is gonna do absolute work on our tower. Oh, didn't do as much as I thought. Okay, that's a good game. I could just poison there, but that's actually a very good anti-siege deck. Executioner Tornado is so strong. I think I'm destined to be a Hog player. Hog is honestly... I don't like what they're doing to Hog. They're like indirectly nerfing it by adding all these cards that can counter it so easily. Like, even in my deck, I don't have any defenses in this thing. And I can, like a Night Witch Ice Spirit, which for one more elixir, the Hog will only get one hit on your tower. Plus, you can do like an Ice Golem, which is like a cheap tank, and then you have a really deadly push coming down. Uh, Hog's sort of fallen out. It's sad. I hope it comes back. I do think that it's sort of weird. The Battle Ram, which was sort of known as like the joke card. Honestly, I think it may be more effective than the Hog in a lot of ways, because all you need is for it to connect, and if it connects, that's 492 damage right there. Plus, you got two barbs. So yeah, it's super fun. It's gonna be another video. This is Silly12 signing off. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Oh, another thing, I apologize for this video being a little on the long side, but I will see you later.